All right, so we're going to take a look at we're going to look at Bitcoin and the top ISO compliant cryptocurrencies. I'm noticing that all of these are getting ready to run. It looks like, to me at least. So Bitcoin is not necessarily ISO compliant. That's okay because it kind of falls in that basket as we move towards the world of possible central bank digital currencies and such. These are definitely going to be ISO compliant as we look at a lot of the crypto deals that are going on right now. Like you see that the Trump's over in the Middle East and a lot of crypto stuff happening there. If you're looking at the deals they're making, look at the administration right now, and Trump and his youngsters, they're all really into crypto. And of course, the administration is pro-crypto. So to me, when you look at the whole world stage right now, the ISO compliance are really the ones that are going to probably kind of jump on the bandwagon and start to pump. Anyway, just an assumption. But one of the reasons why I say this is looking at the charts, they all have something in common. So let's check it out. First of all, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. I need to update it, but in general, I keep some stuff there. I'll start making it more interesting. Go there and check it out. Top ISO compliant cryptocurrencies in May of 2025. Now, what I did was I went through these. None of these will surprise you. Cardano, Stellar, XLM, Ripple, XRP. I went and looked at the ones. I made a list of the ones that are only on. I shouldn't say only on, but that are on Coinbase and you can trade against USD. I feel that that's probably where, for those of us in America who are trading kind of by the rules, that's one of the places you can still get things. And so these are all high caps. These are all major, cryptos. They're not something you have to go on, what's that? Some odd exchange to get, or MetaMask or something like that. So these are all ones where you can sign up at Coinbase. Link in the description if you want to sign up there. I do have a little affiliate link, and you can just boom, you can get in. So making it easy with the big coins that I think are about to move because of, well, what's going on in the world. And let's check it out. So looking at a Coin 360, basically a bit of a green day in the market today. ETH went up 9.69%. That's insane. Solana 7.49. These are amazing numbers. Whatever AVAX is, 26. It went up 7%. Doge up 7%. Bitcoin up 1.37. One of the reasons why I'm interested in these top ISO compliant coins is because these really have room to move, where Bitcoin, and I'm not saying I couldn't be $250,000 in 3 weeks, but just saying it doesn't have the explosive room to move like the ISO compliance do in the current political, socioeconomic, global theater. XRP up 4%. Hey, that wouldn't have been a bad daily gain, I think. So anyway, looking at Bitcoin. Now, I got a lot of fancy indicators here, but in general, the MACD is bullish here on the daily. We're going to look at all these coins on the daily and drill down a little bit just to get some idea what's going on. But looking at my indicators here, and I'll rock through these as quick as I can here. The squeeze momentum indicator is looking good. ADX, DI, histogram is looking good. We're kind of having declining volume last couple of days, but in general, that's fine. We're looking pretty good. So looking at Bitcoin, let's go. Just look at this. I'll only maximize this here. Okay, so now I could go back a lot further, but this fib sequence here starts about August, the beginning of August. So you can see this runs up. It's looking beautiful. Recently, this white moving average here, 200 simple moving average. The green one is the 314 moving average. So we made a move off the 314, off the 0.5 fib. We crossed the 200 moving average, which was right around the 382 fib. We've crossed over the 236. We're looking wonderful. If you look at the purple candles here, these are called candles by Sam. It's an indicator over on TradingView, and that means 3 candles at least where the body's lined up as you're moving up. And so when you start to collect those, like you'll see them right here, you saw it happen. Here you saw it happen. That also, oftentimes, if you're an ICT trader, I don't want to waste too much time. This is all going to take too long as it is, but if you are an ICT trader, you're going to see a fair value gap right there, and so boom. And then you're also, let me do this again here. you're going to kind of see a fair value gap there. So definitely for Bitcoin, we've been pushing up pretty darn hard. I'm just kind of thinking on the daily chart. And these are just predictions, not financial advice, but I'm just kind of telling you, thinking out loud, things that I'm looking at. You got some highs here. It would not surprise me if, being a bit of an ICT trader, I'm just going to just call a long shot here. It would not surprise me if we saw something like this. This is why I'm not so bullish on Bitcoin right now. I think it may continue up, but it wouldn't surprise me if we go up here to we're going to see a move up. And people are going to be longing their asses off. Then we're going to see a move down here to this fair value gap, but probably beyond that to this one. Wouldn't surprise me if you went to the 382, the .5, or the 618, and then turned it around. I'm just saying I think we're going to see some upwards movement that will get people doing longs. And then the big money is going to just wipe those longs, create liquidity, and probably give it a good old-fashioned retrace. Just saying, until I see a confirmation of a retrace being done, I'm not going to get back in long. And I don't really do Bitcoin futures. I can, but in general, if you're a futures trader, hey, this might be a short opportunity. Just saying, we've had a lot of up. So what happens after a lot of up? Well, some down. Anyhow, I'll keep these moving as quick as I can. Let me just look at the Bitcoin here on the 4-hour chart and see where we're at. 4-hour chart is looking quite beautiful. You can see that run up that we just had. Bonk, let me nix that. Bonk. Are we looking at, you could be very, very creative, and you could do like an upwards channel here. I don't mind being creative with them. Look at that beautiful upwards channel there on the 4-hour chart. No reason why that could not continue. You could throw a fib at this if you want it. Boom. And let's see where we're at here with the fib chart. Just be aware, looking for fair value gaps. Let me see any that are really easy. Right here at the 236 is kind of a fair value gap. I'm seeing down here right around the .5 fib level, which is right around the 200 moving average. Anyway, I'm saying if we're going to see a retrace, it would make sense. So just be aware of that. Actually, a retrace back to like 93,000 here at the 200 moving average in the 4-hour, definitely possible. If you think it's going to keep going, that's good to go. I would just be a little careful right now. Bitcoin's been pushing hard. This old man here has kind of gotten out of bed early. Had his, Geritol, he's reading the paper, he went for a walk, checked the mail, but now he needs to sit down and watch Fox News or CNN for a while to regain his breath. So just be careful. Bitcoin is, it's had a lot of push recently. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart real quick here. I won't go any lower than that because that will end up just taking forever. I want to move through this quick. I want you to be able to kind of watch this and gain something, and then not get hung up on too many details. Right now, looking at the 4-hour chart, we're definitely seeing the indicators kind of rolling over. The MACD no, tangent's negative. Just be watchful. Myself personally, how am I trading Bitcoin right now? I'm not. I'm kind of going to be watching in the futures market for the possibility of shorts coming up soon. That's just where I'm at. XRP, though, on the other hand, here's a daily chart with XRP. Got a fib level going back to like November of 2024 is where I started. This kind of looks about right. I like what I'm seeing. Look at this. We've got the 200 moving average. So, XRP kind of, as we can see here, it had a run, and it's just been kind of doing the thing. It's nothing too exciting, going sideways. But if you want to look at this from, you could kind of call this I'm going to be a little bit daring here and just say that we have been probably doing a crap ton of consolidation. We ran up. But I'm just going to make this a little bit of a liberal grab here and just say that, look, we have been, ranging. We've been consolidating. This is daily. This goes back all the way from like November of 2024. So you could have played this in many places. I mean, this has definitely been a tradable chart if you're involved in it that tightly. But what excites me right now, you've had this sideways motion, consolidation, and how do you really play this right now? It's a little hard. Let's go. I mean, what I kind of expect to happen is, so basically we have been tapping the 200 moving average here. Nice bounce here. a nice bounce here. Also note that the 200 moving average all this time has been trending towards the upside, you know, and so is the 314 down here. So this is really positive. I mean, we've got XRP. I think this is just coiling and also getting ready to make a move. Like I say, this is all conjecture. You know, to me, I am looking at the chart, of course, but like I say, not financial advice, but do check this out. You got nice candles by Sam. You got 3 stacked candles there, quite nicely on the daily. We had a red candle. We had an engulfing a green candle there with a nice wick to the upside. The dojis right now are a little bit getting indecisive, but they do denote upwards movement. This is almost whatever they call that doji, but anyway, this would denote upwards mobility, upwards motion. This guy would be upwards motion also, even though it's somewhat a little bit indecided. Anyway, here's the thing. This is a nice move off the 200 moving average. And of course, check this out when I look. I know this is a daily candle. We're playing with the daily candles. I know we're playing with a lot of time, but do know this. You do have, I'm going to call them recent highs here, okay, which is always a range. And it seems like we just wicked above, you know, recent highs. So we have recently, so these recent highs, I think, yep, wicked above both of those. Yeah, of course we did, wicked above, just above. That's nice. If you ask me, people are going to start to long right now. It could be a spot to build a position. I would just say that looking at kind of the rules of the universe, this is liquidity. You're probably going to see a little bit of a downside here. But if you did, you know, XRP is poised to move, I think. And like I say, if you're into the, you know, current global events, whatever, I don't want to get into all that. But, you know, I think it's an ISO compliant, and I think we're going to see a move down to the day. You could see a move down to the 200 moving average on a daily, and then you're going to see an explosion. Basically, they just want to grab this liquidity. You can call it order blocks as well if you want. You know, are there any good fair value gaps? I mean, I could search for them, but anyway, this is just a perfect play. I might start scaling in a position, expecting it to go into the red, and then of course it's going to go boom. But of course, you know, if I want to be conservative, I could wait to the what I think we're probably going to see a downwards liquidity we're going to see a liquidity sweep. We're going to go up. Everyone's going to long. It's going to go down a bit. Then it's going to move. So, like I say, you know, trade at your own risk, your own way. But definitely, I think XRP is really in the right spot to make a move. If we look at a 4-hour chart, beautiful, nice 4-hour chart. We made a strong move off the 200 moving average and the 314, and also the 200 just crossed above the 314. That is really a groovy thing. So I like what I'm seeing there. If we look at the indicators here, my mouse is stuck. Hold on. Let me get to the indicators. Yeah, the MACD is really extended. It's in the green. Directional index is great. Squeeze indicator is good. A lot of volume came in recently. But like I say, all these going to have something in common. And we're going to go through the rest a little bit more quickly. But as we look at this is a nice upwards chart. I don't, you know, like I say, all of these coins I think could retrace before they run, just because that's how the game works. They're going to get everybody longing. They're going to shadow those hopes and dreams. They're going to dump it a bit, and then they will create liquidity, and then they will buy it, and then they will pump. That'll be the distribution phase, and they will pump the crap out of it. So anyway, it's looking good. This is a beautiful chart. No reason to think it may not continue. Also, if I wanted to keep it really tight, maybe I would actually, you know, maybe layer in a little bit. You know, I'd be watching. I think where I would call it quits, though, would be if we lost the 4-hour 200 moving average. Maybe that's when I would say, I don't know if this thing is going to make it. And I start watching the daily 200 moving average and seeing if that's where we're going to see a move. So let me nix these charts to make my computer a little bit faster. So here we go. We'll go through the rest a little quicker. But you see this same pattern in everything is what we're seeing right now. So if you look at this is Stellar Lumens XLM. Look at that beautiful run up. This run up started in November of 2024. And what is going on here? I'm getting a lot of pings. One sec. Let me make sure that everything is working. Okay, that's working. Sorry, guys. I just want to make sure. Getting a lot of pings here from people, and I want to just make sure that like my video can be heard and stuff. Make sure nothing's actually wrong. Okay, everything looks okay. So anyway, this is a beautiful chart, and check this out. Let's do a fib sequence here. So we're pulling in, November of last year, all the way since then. Look at that beautiful high that we had there. And look at this. This actually really excites me. Stellar lumens, look at this. We are just above, just got out of the 618 golden pocket, a great place to bounce. The 314 moving average from the daily was right around the 786 fib level. This is a great spot to make a move. This is just great. I love seeing this beautiful setup. And what I'm thinking is, so we just broke the, we got out of the 618 golden pocket, which is between the 618 and the 65 fib level, and some candles by Sam. That's beautiful. We have a bunch back here. We have some here. This is wonderful. Broke the 200 moving average. I would just say that I'm kind of waiting for a candle body close on the daily above that. And then boom, I could see a nice run. This is really in the right spot to run, and we could definitely go back to the 0.5 fib level, the 0.382. We could go back to the highs from the past. And if this starts moving, that'd be wonderful. And if you just look at the projection here, the projection tool, where is it at? Forecast. I mean, from where we're at, right above the 200 moving average, if we start rolling, if you make it to if it even goes to the 382, or back to the 236, I mean, look at that 55%. I mean, these are nice plays that you could definitely get in on. And I could fire up this indicator here. Do I have it on here? No, I don't have it. Sorry. Anyway, this is really they're all kind of in this position, and I just think you've had your kind of great move. We've had this in general downtrend, but what are we seeing right now? After all this down, we see, okay, we have a low. Now we have a higher low. We had a high. Now we have a higher high. We're just right in the right position. Like stellar lumens, very, very exciting. Very, very exciting possible, move there. Looking at the 4-hour chart. Let me look at the 4-hour indicators as well. Slowing down a little bit. It may have to, fight with that 200 moving average a little bit. Let me expand this out. 4-hour is looking nice. So anyway, you see this nice bounce at the 618. It's a great place to move. I would just watch that daily 200 moving average. We're above it here in the 4-hour chart. 200 moving average moving above the 314 moving average. Very, very positive. And so anyway, this is really setting up to be pretty nice. Looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see, of course, and I won't keep getting this granular, but you can see that you've got your highs here. And so, most likely what's going to happen, of course, is we're going to see something like this, where we just see, a move here to, get above those highs, and then bonk, and back in the 618 pocket, probably, maybe even the 4-hour 200 moving average, and then a move. So just be ready. And with these, don't panic if you're layering in a position. They're probably going to liquidity sweep on the upside. Once everybody longs, bam, those longs get wrecked, and then bam. These setups are in my opinion, just too darn good not to run. Just watch out for that liquidity sweep right before they run. So if you start layering in, just be aware that, you might be in the red a little bit before they move. ADA. You notice how all these look the same? Now, ADA, what I like, and rather than go through everything all over again, because the charts are also similar, got a beautiful 200 moving average break and a move up November of 2024. It's been a nice wild ride, but in general to the downside, although the 200 moving average has been trending up, as well as the 314. 200 is above the 314. Got these beautiful candles by Sam there. Purple, nice stacked candles. It's a nice thing. You could actually say, if you want it to be, ICT aware, you could call this a beautiful fair value gap right here, which we definitely could, like all the rest, it could retrace before it moves, but look at this though. It really has closed some candle bodies above the 200 moving average. Really, Cardano ADA, this is the one that I have a little bit of confidence in, maybe just outright being ready to run. And if we look at the chart, I mean, at the indicators, MACD is in the right spot, turning up. All the indicators just look wonderful. So actually, ADA is kind of exciting. Now let's just get an idea of where could this guy go to. Let's just say that it goes to like, well, let's just take our projection tool here, forecast. And let's say we go up to like that support level at 17%, you know, that would be like right about there at 17%. Let's say we go up to here, that's like 35%, you know, and it just gets even better. So really, you know, Cardano ADA actually is the one that I think at all of them is probably ready to run like now. It could definitely be. Let's look at a 4-hour chart and see if there's any surprises for us. 4 hours, yeah, you know, once again, I'm seeing kind of a very classic setup. 200 moving average just crossed over the 314 on the 4-hour chart. That's pretty darn bullish. I've already looked at this before, but I mean, all the charts are sort of the same. You've got your liquidity up here. Don't be surprised if we get a bump into it and above it, a retrace, and then a move. But that's, you know, that very well could happen. So just be aware. You know, you could. Some people would call this, you know, accumulation right here, and then you would see there's your accumulation, and then you would have your like manipulation right here. It's going to go into here, you know, and then it's going to then go into, oh no, I'm sorry, that's backwards. I'm sorry about that. You're going up, it's going to, you're going to have longs, and then it's going to, anyway, guys, sorry, I might be doing some of this stuff backwards. It's been a long day. But anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Sorry, guys. It's just, it's been a long day. This is the end of the day, and I'm doing charts. So anyway, ADA, definitely, we could see a nice move. So just be aware. ADA looks like the most ready one to me. HBAR, you know, all the charts are the same, you know, for all these ISOs, ISO compliance. So you had this beautiful run up starting, yes, in November, and boom, boom, boom. It's been great. We've had a downtrend. Recently, we're seeing lower, higher lows and higher highs. We just broke the 200 moving average. We got some body closes above it. Candle bodies have closed above it. Looking at the indicators, oh, these are just primed to go. I mean, Hedera, and if you watch, or HBAR is the ticker, HBAR. This one really gets sparky when it moves, so this one's kind of exciting. I like HBAR. I like ADA and HBAR really are kind of like my favorites, honestly, right now from what I'm seeing. And let me actually check. Something you guys can't see it. I'm on a different monitor here real quick. Pictures. Pictures. I just want to show you something if I can find it like really, really quickly. Screenshots. Sorry guys, I won't bother. I don't have it right in front of me, so I won't bother. I'll do it next time. Anyway, Algorand, ALGO, same pattern as everything else. We've had a down, you know, we pumped back in, let me guess, November of last year. It's been a downwards move for quite a while with some crazy, you know, moves. But basically, we're starting to collect lower highs and higher highs. We're still below the 200 moving average. I'd wait for a break above that on the daily, but we're definitely, ALGO is moving. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, what do we got? Yeah, it's about the 200 moving average, the 200 crossover, the 314. How's indicators look? Yeah, we're you know, poised to continue. I do see a little bit of a retrace before that happens, quite possible. Like I say, they're going to want to wreck the they're going to want to liquidity sweep before the big money starts to make these move. So they'll kind of anyway. Sorry, I don't want to get into that. I'll just let all that go. I don't want to get too detailed. Especially at this hour. I was trading like quite early in the morning. Been a long day. So anyway, daily Quant Quant, QNT versus USD, same chart as everything else. November of 2024. We started to run up. We've been on the way down ever since then. We have been starting to since like April 10th. We've been making lower highs and higher highs. We broke the 200 moving average. I kind of like this one here. If you look, we are in a consolidation phase right here. Most likely what we'll see is, if I was to look at this a little bit deeply here on the daily, you kind of got a nice looking fair value gap right here. It's so minuscule, but a point of interest right about here, a gap, and then we're consolidating up here. It would not surprise me if, and I'm sorry, I kind of said some of this stuff backwards earlier, so bear with me. I haven't been doing these in a little while, so I'm a little bit rusty on talking and charting at the same time. But wouldn't surprise me if we went down to this fair value gap. So we wreck all the longs, and then we move. So before I was saying we go up and then up. No, that can happen. But anyway, guys, like I say, I need to think about my ICT trading a little bit more before I start referring to it here. But anyway, we are in a great spot. Quant is looking really good. This is an exciting chart. Definitely, I see these wicks on the candles here. We're definitely sweeping some liquidity. Indicators look like we might consolidate a little bit further. You probably see some more of this action right here. Sideways consolidation until eventually we pull down into this fair value gap right around the 200 moving average, as a matter of fact, on the daily chart, and then probably boom, make a move. Let's look at actually, let's do this real quick. We're almost done. I'm gonna look at this daily chart here, okay? And let's look at the daily chart, and I see this really nice. It's very small. Well, I see a big one here, but let's just look at that for fun. I see a fair value gap here. I see one here. Boom. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. And what do we see? How do those play into things? So there you go. 4-hour chart, just be watchful. We're above the 200 moving average. We're looking good. We have this beautiful upwards channel playing out here. What a nice looking thing. I'm gonna be a little bit creative with it. I'm gonna go like this, pull a lot of stuff in there. That's just looking great. We kind of have come down, and we tapped this fair value gap right here, got our wicks in it. That could be where it moves. I would just watch this channel, and unless we crash through this fair value gap and this upwards channel, so unless we kind of dump past here, basically, unless we kind of dump past here and start heading down to this fair value gap, which is also the 200 moving average, definitely a place that could happen. I could do real quickly, want to keep this rolling, don't want to hang us up. I know this gets really long really fast, but let me actually pull some more time in here with the 4-hour chart, because I think this is valuable. Let me, I'm going to do a fib. I'm not going to go back here. I'm going to go here. And let's see how things play out with a fib here on the 4-hour chart for Quant. Yeah, definitely. That on the 4-hour chart, that 618 golden pockets right there on the 200 moving average. So anyway, watch for volatility, watch for craziness, but all these ISO coins are just ready to move. I mean, they have been. We'll look at oh, that's it. This is the this is the NASDAQ I was trading this morning. Looking at this though, like they all kind of look just like this. Go to a daily chart. Let me clear away all the well, I'll leave that fib there. Boom. Daily chart. Look what you got. You got this back in November of 2024. You get this massive run up. You've been downhill since then. Now you're making, since basically this month, April. Well, not last month. Sorry, last month. You've been making higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. and we're poised. We're starting we've either broken through or breaking through the 200 moving average on the daily. And in general, just watch out for, like I say, a liquidity sweep before a run. So if you're layering in, you could find yourself in the red for a little bit before it moves. Have confidence. If, not financial advice, not even trading advice, I'm just thinking out loud. But you might find, like I say, the big money doesn't, part of the big money's pleasure in life is wrecking the retail trader, creating liquidity, and then boom. So if you're going up, you're going to find yourself going down a bit, then you're going to find yourself going up, So I might have earlier been saying you're going up, then you go up, then you go up. Sorry, I'm just tired. Go up, retrace, up, and sometimes it's reversals where, hopefully we don't, push up to recent highs. And this is one of the things that can happen too. Just be aware. I mean, it could happen where, we push up just past, the recent highs or the recent high here, like on the daily. And then basically rather than, continuation there or a push and then a retrace to wreck the longs and then a push, you could just straight up just see a reversal. And that could happen too. Just be careful. The world is crazy stuff's happening. But when you look at like all the ISO coins, that are mentioned here, and I only look at the ones that are on Coinbase, and you can trade against USD because it's just the easiest thing for American traders who I'm pretty much talking to. Just be careful. This article is linked to in the description. I myself personally, I think XRP is a player. So this is kind of speculative, I know, but like ADA looked really good. HBAR, Hedera looked really, really good. Quant was looking pretty good. So anyway, I mean, I'm liking these. This is kind of like my lazy swing kind of trading, I'm just going to layer in a position. I think in ADA and HBAR might be my, and XRP. I might go like XRP, and then Cardano, and then HBAR might be where I kind of layer in a little bit and just let it roll. If I'm wrong, well, I burned myself. We could see liquidity sweep. You could see yourself in, a daily candle in red, maybe one or two or whatever, or three or four. But like I say, I think that if things are going the way I think they're going, which is both beautiful and horrific. It's all good and it sucks. I think these coins are a part of well, let's just say the future, for better or worse, you know what I mean? And so I think these are definitely a play. So anyway, I think my lights are, if you can even still see me, it's gotten kind of dark. Anyway, everybody, that's all I got. Sorry, this was kind of slow. I might keep going through these. Just comment, say I dug it, I like it, and I'll rock through these at the end of the trading day. I won't do it this late. I might even hit it in the morning, before the market opens. Just let me know you like it, you're interested, and I'll try to bust it out before the market opens during the week. I think we could keep on these and really kind of find good entries and exits. I think these are kind of money makers, and these are the coins that are easy to get them on Coinbase. It's the AOL of exchanges. It's the one your grandparents use. So anyway, I'm babbling. I don't want to keep going too long. Been a long day. I'll do these actually, like I say, just give me some feedback. Let me know. I'm interested. I like this, and I will do these kind of daily before market open, and we can just monitor our positions, and boom, and there you go. Everybody take care.